Welcome to the Metals Investment Forum. It's my great pleasure to have Rob Bergmann, Revelant Gold. That's a very exciting new name that potentially can open up a whole new gold district. Welcome, Rob.
Thanks for having me, Chen.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your company and what's the excitement about it.
Yeah, well, I think the exciting thing is we're a true explorer. We're a very scientifically focused group, and we're focused on generating district scale high grade gold opportunities in Wyoming. But we have a connection to the Abitibi in our thesis, and that's really the crux of the upside potential that we see in Wyoming. With that in mind, we've built a really robust land package, 5 district scale assets. We've built an incredible team from the board level down to the boots on the ground, including the likes of Dr. Peter McGaw, Sarah Weber, Ron Parrott, and myself and co-founder Brian Lentz, who's our Chief Exploration Officer. And we've been systematically developing this thesis throughout Wyoming for a number of years now and continue to have lots of success.
Wow, excellent. And then you seem to have a strategic investor as well, some famous, well-known company.
Yep, we do. We've got a very uniquely held share base. We've got New Gold, who has a 9.9% interest, as well as Rob McEwen, who took a 6.4% interest on the last financing. And myself and co-founder Brian Lentz are still the largest shareholders and continue to invest in each and every round.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So your interests are aligned to all the shareholders, and I'm your shareholder as well. So
and we appreciate that.
Okay, sounds good. So tell us. You had your excellent presentation. It's on YouTube, so we can click on that. But you're describing that Wyoming and Abitibi used to be connected.
Yes.
That's the thesis, and then you're the first mover to see this, and then you grab a big land package.
Yep, that's it. Right? And I think that the reality too is that we didn't come up with the thesis. This was published in the academic literature by a lot of scientists much smarter than me, who've spent their entire careers defining this connection of Wyoming and the Abitibi at the time of mineralization. So it was really when we started to recognize that consistently in the literature. It wasn't just a one-off publication. It was something we saw across the board starting in around the late 20s. There were some early publications, and then as age dating and technologies improved, we've really been able to confidently make this connection between Wyoming and the Abitibi. And the key component is they were connected 2.6 billion years ago when all the gold came into both of those systems. And then later at 2.1 billion years, they ripped it apart, taking its gold with it, and that's why we ended up in Wyoming.
Okay, so what did you see so far?
Well, we found a significant amount of high-grade gold at surface. As you've seen, we've got a trench on one of our flagship assets, the Golden Buffalo Project, produced some significantly high-grade gold and visible gold. With rock chip assays exceeding 5 ounces per ton. We followed that up with the first ever drill program there, and we had a lot of success, 3,500 meters into that Golden Buffalo project. We drilled 26 holes. 54% of them intersected shear-hosted gold mineralization, and really proved up our economic thesis for Wyoming, but as well as this connection to the Abitibi. This is truly a orogenic system of scale. From there, we've been building on the success, and we've moved over to our Lewiston project, which is another one of our flagship assets, and we put 1,500 meters into our heavy hand target there this past year. We're waiting on those results. They should be coming in any day now. We're pretty excited about that. The rocks certainly look good. And we definitely have a pretty sizable orogenic system there. So we'll see what the geochemical and fertility looks like, the gold fertility, and we're eager to get back out and start poking more holes in these targets.
Wow, that's very exciting. So you have so much drilling from last year coming in the next few months, I would say?
Yeah. I think we're expecting results in the next week or so. The Brian, our Chief Exploration Officer, and the technical team will be working to turn them around as quick as possible and get that out there. And we'll be going from that into the spring program where we can hopefully get out, do some early geophysics, refine and tighten some of our targets, and get back in with the drill rig.
Okay, great. So that's my next question. What's your plan for this year?
Yeah, so we're really hoping to get a significant amount of drilling, but market dependent. In the current status of the market, we don't like to take on a lot of dilution. So we will be methodical in how much we drill and what we drill. But that is part of the plan this year, as well as continuing to chip away at our regional programs as we continue to do detailed mapping, sampling, geophysics, soil sampling. we continue to define these large district scale structural corridors that are laced with gold mineralization across our portfolio of assets. So it's really continuing to chip away on the regional program while simultaneously drilling out some of these great targets.
Wow, excellent, excellent. So you have very important strategic investor like New Gold. What are they looking for?
Well, I think, they've got some producing mines out of the Abitibi. They understand these types of deposits. And I think a lot of groups, whether it's New Gold or Mr. McEwen or myself, high grade, right? We try to follow Archie's rule. Dr. Peter McGaw has beat that into my head time and time again. And that's really, to be economic, a mine must have a recovered value of 2 times the all-in operating cost. And you do that by focusing on high-grade systems and big systems. And so I think that's what a lot of our shareholders really see as the potential for Relevant.
Wow, excellent, excellent. So what do you envision going, because you had so many properties and you're first mover, so you basically grabbed all the best you could, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned in your presentation you have 5. So what's your plan? You want to option out a little bit, or working with other, or we're focused on the best? What's the plan going forward?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I mean, I think the beauty of it is we're well equipped with a depth of technical resources and team because of Brian and my background. So we have access to developing this portfolio at a broad scale at a much cheaper entry point than a lot of other peers. So we're going to continue to focus on rate and ranking our targets so that we can determine, which are the best, maybe some negative exploration and eliminate some ground. But to date, we continue to just have more success and keep the ground. But really, our focus is going to be, again, we don't want to get too narrowed too quick. This is a big thesis. We have the potential for multiple large discovery opportunities, and we don't want to decapitate the upside early on that. So we're going to continue to focus doing it ourselves. We've got, the right team, the right toolkit to do so. And so until we get a little bit more done across the spectrum, we're just going to keep moving our projects up the value curve.
Okay. Well, you're the largest shareholder, so what's your exit plan? So do you plan to build a mine, or you want to get a certain stage and go to the highest bidder?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think that the rocks always dictate the answer to that, but what I can tell you is, our niche is in exploration. It's finding, developing, and defining opportunities. By all means, the right opportunity can be taken over by the right miner who can take these things into production. And that said, if it's something that we see an avenue for us, we do have the team and we are well equipped to be able to pursue that ourselves. So it's really going to be dictated by the rocks. But ultimately, the exit for me is once we get through discovery phases and hopefully multiple discoveries, it's really going to be how big is what we're defining. That's going to define my personal exit strategy. But currently, I have no urgency to exit, and I just keep buying more shares.
Well, you first want to see what you got, right? So that's kind of very exciting. It looks like you're going to have a very important drilling result coming out from the next few weeks to a few months, and hope to hear more success this year.
Thank you.
Drilling.
Yeah, I appreciate it.